Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good. If you are really interested to know about CV and resume, so this video is for you. So stay tuned till the end to learn more about the CV and resume. In this video, actually I will talk about what is CV and what is resume. And I will try to explain the differences and similarities between CV and resume. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So the first, let's talk about what is CV and what is resumes, and then later on we will talk about what are the similarities and differences between these two. CV is a comprehensive document that provides an overview of a person's academic and professional history. CV basically derives from the Latin words which means the course of life. CV is the more detailed and a comprehensive document which contains all the information related to you, your personality. There are in total, there are 9 key factors of the CV. So the first one is the personal information. In personal information, there are the 4 main important things you need to cover. The first thing, which is your name, your full name, then the age or your date of birth. Then you have to mention your complete address where you live. And the fourth one is the email address or your phone number. So basically in that section, you have to provide your personal information. The second is the education. In that section, you have to mention about your education. You have to talk about your education from your higher education to the lower education. It means like you can write the information about your most recent or most previous degree first, then later, then in the descending order, you can write about your education. And in that section, how you can write your education, like for example, you have to write about your university degree, like bachelor's degree. You have completed your bachelor's degree, and in CV you have to write. How you write, you can simply follow this procedure. Like first, you have to mention the title of your degree, BSc Honors Agriculture. Then secondly, you have to write the duration of your degree, like to 2017. That was my batch, so I will mention that in that after the title of my degree. Then later on, I will write what was my grade, what was my marks, my CGPA. And then after that, I will go and I will write my degree related to my college, my higher school. So this sequence, you can follow this sequence in that education section, and you have to write this section in detail. Then after the education, the third one is the professional experience. In that section, you have to mention about the title of your work, your previous work, your work history. That if you ever been working before in your past years. Like if I give my example to you guys, then it goes like that. That I work in Koregali forest area as for my working plan. I did the inventory and forest management and silviculture related work. So that was during my bachelor's. Then my most recent experience was working as a visiting lecturer in University of Punjab in Sargodha University. So how I can write this in that section? It is like the first thing is the title of my job description, then the duration of my job description, and then what was my job. I have to describe that my work or my work plan or what I did during that job, what I have achieved during that. I have to mention that, or I have to write that in detail in that section. So after this, the fourth one is the research and publication. If you have published any article, any book chapter, or presented in a conference or seminar, you have to write that in that section. Fifth one is your skills. It mainly belongs to your skills, your personal skills. Like if you're a student, then definitely skills related to your scientific writing, your content writing. If you're good in using MS Office, you have to write there. In what kind of skills you have in statistical tools, like if you are good in using SPSS or Origin or language softwares like programming, Python, and some other relevant programs. If you're good, then just mention those in that section. Then after that, the thing which comes is the awards and certificates and honors. If you have achieved any kind of awards or certificates, like if I give you my example, then I have received the CSC scholarship in 2017, then I received the CSC scholarship in 2020 for my PhD degree. These are the things which are related to your awards and certificates. If you have any, then just mention there. But please keep in mind that please only mention those awards and certificates which you have some sort of your physical evidence to prove them. Because when you are going to submit your application in hot form, you have to place all those documents, all those awards and certificates copies along those documents. Then after that, there's a language. Like it mainly deals to the proficiency of your languages. Are you proficient in speaking English, writing English, or listening and reading English? Then just go for it. Just write and mention in your CV section that yes, you have your English proficiency is good. Then Urdu is your native language, and just write that Urdu is my native language. Then Punjabi is my mother tongue, and just write Punjabi is your mother tongue. And then the other languages like the Chinese, I just get 3 level Chinese, so I just mentioned there. And if I have a certificate, and if you have any certificate related to which can verify or prove your language proficiency, then just go and mention that certificate in that section. Then after that, there comes the professional memberships. It is this section is mainly mostly for those who have some sort of memberships, like if you're a member of any scientific society of entomology, agriculture, or engineering. If you have got any membership of any society, then you can simply write about that in that section. Then in the end, there is a section of the reference in which you have to give the reference about the sections, reference who can verify you or prove you that they know you and they know you well. So most likely you can give the reference of those two teachers who knows you very well. So in case if someone contact them, they just verify or prove your personality or your character. So the resume is basically a document provides a summary of individuals' education, work experience, skills, and accomplishment. Typically, resume used by the job seekers to present their qualification to the potential employee. So the first key element for the resume is the contact information. Just like CV, in CV we have the first key element or the key factor is personal information. So in contact information, you provide your basic information about your full name, your age, address, and the email address. And the second thing, which is the most important in resume, in writing resume, is the objective of the summary. Because in resume, you are targeting a single point to apply for the sales management or the sales manager. Then you have to focus on that particular post, and you have to mention that what are your objectives of writing this resume. Then your work experience, you have to mention about your work experience, but not like that in CV. You explain your work experience in detail, but here you can only choose those work experience which are most related to that post for what you're writing your resume, and that must relate your objectives. The fourth one is the skills, your skills, that how you can make yourself most appropriate and the most outstanding candidate for this post. So just choose those skills which make you the most the prominent person in the eyes of the recruiter. So for example, if you are applying for a job of sales management manager, so what skills you must have? Your communication skills should be strong. So you just mentioned that communication skills are strong. Leadership qualities, you have leadership qualities, and some sort of that skills you must have. Like you are good in using MS Office, you're good in Excel, you're good in writing assignments, you are good in fulfilling assignments on time, on target, and achieving targets on time. So these are the skills. Not in detail, just brief, to the point. Okay, then your education. So you see that in CV your education comes on the third section, but here the education comes on the fifth key element here in resume. So in education, you can simply follow in resume. You can simply follow the same sequence of the procedure as you did in CV. So the next one is the certification and training. Here, if you have any kind of certificates or the training, or you did any trainings, then you just simply write all those in that section. Then comes the languages, follow the same procedure what you did in CV. And then membership, professional memberships, and in the end, references. But one thing which is important about the resume is that for resume, contact information, objective, work experience, skills, and education, all these 5 are the most important tools. However, the other key elements like certificates and training, languages, professional memberships, and references, these are not that important. These are the optional thing. These are the optional. If you think that you have a free space, or you can adjust all these in your resume of 1 or 2 pages, then you can simply put all these in your resume. Otherwise, there is no need. These are the optional things. Let's talk about what are the similarities and difference between the CV and the resume. So the first thing is about the length. The length of the CV is obvious thing is longer as compared to the resume. Resume compared to the CV is the short, because CV is the detailed document which describe about your personality, your character, your expertise, your experience in a particular field. However, if we talk about resume, then resume is a very short document which just tells you the very basic and very important key factors about your personality. Then the second thing is the content of CV and the resume. So if we talk about the content, then the content of the CV is very comprehensive, very informative. If in CV you talk about your academic education in detail, your research in detail, your publications in detail, and the presentation like if you present in any seminar or conference, then you have to write in detail about what kind of presentation you did and all the details about that conference, your objectives, your motivations, and your topic and your theme of your presentation. And if you have got any teaching experience, then you have to write in detail about your teaching experience. But on the other hand, in resume, you only focused on professional skills, experience, accomplishments related to that particular job. As I mentioned previously, the main purpose of CV is to describe the detail about your detailed background history. However, on the other hand, if we talk about resume, it just gives you the brief information about the personality, because that in resume you only focus a single target. Like if you're applying for sales manager, then you should target that particular post, and you have to prepare your objectives, and you have to target your objective. You set your objectives according to that particular post. Then the purpose of your CV and resume, in general, the format is almost the same, but there are the few things which are in detail in CV compared to the resume, and there are some things which are in a very brief or a short form in resume compared to the CV. So overall, these are the main factors which makes CV different from the resume and resume different from the CV. However, resume is a very short document which is comprised of one or maximum of 2 pages. However, the CV, it depends upon your expertise, your education, your qualification, your expertise, your skills, your type of publications, your number of publications. If you have more experience, then definitely your CV and the pages of your CV on continuous basis will increase. So these are the similarities and difference between CV and resume. I hope this video might be very helpful for you guys. So I hope you guys find this video very informative. If you guys have any kind of question regarding CV or the resume writing, you're free to ask any question. Just write your question down in the comment section, and I will get back as soon as possible with appropriate answers. So until the next video, see you guys. Take care. Bye bye.